Good morning. It's 6 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday, one of my favorite days of the week. I woke up this morning at 2:30, just overwhelmed with gratitude. So happy about everything that's going on. Tuesday is one of my favorite days because it's our staff meeting. Everybody's in the office, ready to talk about where we are, what we've been doing, what projects we're working on, and where we're going next. Always an exciting day for me. Seems like every time I wake up on the day that we're having a staff meeting, whether it's going to be a Monday or Tuesday, I get ideas that I'm excited to talk to our people about and find out where they are in life. And then this morning I was just realizing, when I was just going over what I'm thankful for, the fact that when I was a kid and I was selling the Olympic Sales Club greeting cards door to door, knocking on little ladies' doors, trying to get their sympathy, and man, my sales pitch probably could not have been worse. Just telling them what I have and asking them to look at the catalog, And then as I became a teenager, trying to find other things to sell and constantly studying the sales thing. And I would take every course I could think of because I knew that there was something special about having influence over someone to make a decision. I knew that there would be something in my future trying to convince people to do something that's better for them, and by doing that, have the reward associated with it. But I was torn because when I was 5 years old, I also wanted to save the world. Superman was my favorite superhero, and I thought if I could put on a uniform, a badge, and a gun, I could rid the world of the evils that are the criminals of the world. Well, it took a long time to figure out that I would have barely an infinitesimal part of doing that by being in law enforcement. It was more politics and begrudging the government bureaucracy than actually being an effective crime fighter, ultimately, especially as you moved up through the ranks. But then I returned to the world of sales, went to work for United Healthcare in Central Florida between my law enforcement jobs of having been with a small city agency and before I went to the county agency, and got my insurance license and started learning about this weird thing called health insurance. And I'm so grateful that I answered an ad looking for a temp to help put proposals together for small group health insurance plans in Central Florida, working for United Healthcare at the time, which was brand new to the area, with their point of service plan. And that's how I learned about health insurance. Met my first health insurance agents that I'd never met before, to find out what their life was like. And I was, 22, 23 years old at this time. And what I should have done was stay in the health insurance world, continuing to learn it. I did keep my license and I dabbled in it barely, but one of my friends said, hey, you can come work at the sheriff's office because they work 2 days on and 2 days off, so you can keep your law enforcement certificate active, and at the same time, this is one of my favorite views in the morning. At the same time, you could do your insurance thing and build that. Well, I got stuck in a position at the sheriff's office, for better or for worse, where it was a Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 job, working in the courthouse first and then working at a loony bin. That's a very unsettling term. The place where they used to take people for mental evaluation. I worked there for a year, making sure that the staff did not get killed by people that were going through some challenges in life, let's say. So my goal of doing 2 days on, 2 days off did not materialize until my second or third year at the sheriff's office. Ended up being there for 10 years, I believe it was, when I left. Finally, toward the last few years, started going back into doing insurance and just had the fun. I think it's an adrenaline rush for sure, but it's more of a financial payoff too when you're successful in doing something that you try to hone your craft. You try to get better and try to get better. Then your closing ratio gets better. The amount of people that you can help gets better. You get more efficient at everything by studying your craft. And it was not until I moved to South Carolina that I really started assembling a crack team of people. I had assistants before, but they were just assisting me in doing all the legwork. Moving to South Carolina, found a team of people who could take my efforts and just multiply them. So that has meant the world and changed everything for us. And now going to work and getting to see these people that are just sharp, they're fun, they're funny, they're great to be around, both at the office and out of the office. I just love being with these people. and it really makes the quality of life so much better than being, you know, just one person doing everything myself. So wherever you are in your business career, wherever you are in your sales career or in life, if you can surround yourself with like-minded people, people that are pursuing excellence, people who are trying to do the best at their job and pursuing their craft on a daily basis, I'm telling you, it really edifies everybody in the office. It builds everyone up when you can come there, have the level of accountability of being in the same place, working on the same goal, put collective minds together and get different perspective on things, have other people read your materials before you start distributing them to other, you know, your clients, your prospects and all that stuff. Just having an extra pair of eyeballs is just priceless to me. As we do these live events and we have agents come in from out of town, having our people present on their biggest strengths and telling where they were in their journey and what we've learned along the way, it's been so rewarding and so much fun. You know, as I see other people coming into our industry and starting into the coaching part of it, trying to help other agents, it's fun to watch their progression and where they are in life and the struggles that they have. It's interesting how people nowadays will, instead of having years and years and decades of experience, they'll have a lesser and lesser and lesser experience pool to pull on of years of experience before they want to become the guru or the coach or you know, the expert. Some without even having, you know, as much as 5 or 10 years in the business before they're out there telling everybody else that they've got it all figured out and they've been through all the challenges. Meanwhile, behind their scenes, they're scrambling, going, oh my gosh, what do I do with this kind of underwritten case? It's just humorous to me to find out how many people will actually follow those people. People are even saying in this industry that, you know, they're millionaires and come follow me because I'm a millionaire. Holy mackerel. Meanwhile, they can't rub two nickels together, but they just want to stop selling. They're so desperate to get out of selling because they hate it so much, as clearly evident by all the content that they put out. And in lieu of selling, they just much rather just sit there and tell you what to do. I think one of the things that separates what we do in my office is we're actually selling policies every day, every week, every month. We have a firm grasp on what's going on around the country with regard to Medicare, tied in with the National Association of Health Underwriters to find out what the new plan proposals are. Every time there's a change, an upgrade, a modernization to the Medicare marketing rules and the Medicare plans and how they're going to be implemented with things such as MACRA. We've been looking at that since 2015, since it passed, and how that's going to impact all the plans and the companies and what the companies are offering and choosing to offer now and what they're going to push later and what are the next benefits. It's just, it feels great to be so immersed in our culture that we're literally on the front lines of testing new things, consulting on what new products will be coming out and what's going to impact the whole agent community. We don't spend a lot of time bragging about that stuff and telling everybody what the latest and greatest things are going to be when they're not rolled out yet, or the fact that people are asking our opinions, because we are doing so much business on the front end of it and touching so many agents and finding out where their pain points are. But I think there's some value in that. I really do. And I'm just excited about where we are as an industry, excited about the Medicare business. I mean, there's so many people talking in the Democratic circles about Medicare for all. Okay, well, can't do Medicare for all because no one can afford that. What if we just do Medicare for people 55 plus? Okay, how about Medicare for people 50? How about people can buy into Medicare? All of those different scenarios have with them a component by which they're going to need Medicare supplements. And I'm excited about the niche that we found, that I fell into. I'm just so grateful and blessed to have been, you know, exposed to this niche so early on. Of course, you know, hindsight's always 20/20, and I wish I'd stayed in the insurance business at 23 when I first got my license and stayed at it full time. Found this niche beforehand, and you know, who knows, I could have retired by the time I was 40. Certainly would have made my first million by the age of 30, which was my original goal. Didn't make it by 30, but that's okay. But I'm just so excited about the opportunity for our young people that are coming in the industry. You know, so many agents are retiring right now. The vast majority of agents that we see on these company trips are, you know, late 50s, 60s, 70s even. They're going to be gone, and they've built this massive book of business where people are going to need help. And now we have the millennials coming into the industry. There's so many people between 20 and 30 years old right now that are coming in, and if they can keep their heart right and keep their expectations in check with the long-term game of this rather than the short-term payoff, there's so much opportunity for people like my son and all of his friends who are in this industry right now. What an exciting, awesome time. I'm really glad for them. So I'm just thankful. It's going to be a beautiful day, even though it's raining again here in Charleston. It's going to be a great day. Tonight we're going to drive over to another part of the state, meet some friends, and then on Friday we're flying to Kansas City to meet some other friends, working on some new projects that are going to be exciting for our business here. And I just can't wait to share the things that we discover working with people that are the best at the best of their parts of our niche in our industry. And just some exciting things happening. And I'm just so glad that I'm here with you. Thanks for watching. And I just look forward to sharing all the stuff that we discover as we go along. And I want to hear from our members. I'm probably going to do a survey here real soon to find out where we need to go more in depth. You know, as our time is pulled in multiple directions, because we're not just a primary education company for agents, not at all. We're actually selling stuff. We shut the entire operation down to do our live events where we can focus 100% on who's in the audience, and we can go deeper into their business and their questions at the time, which is such a great thing, I think. But I want to do a survey, send out to the members, and find out what areas could we go really deep on and make a whole module for solving areas, problem areas that are routinely seen in a new agent starting in this niche, in this industry. So we can solve that. We can put our collective heads together in the office, find the best practices that we've come up with. So many times as you're actually doing this on a daily basis, you get so lost in the forest, you can't realize the fact that, oh, you learn this along the way. You learn that along the way. And just going over those things and methodically writing all of those down, putting them in video format, outline format, you know, all those kind of things that we do and take for granted that we already know how to do. Sometimes we forget that because we're not an education company or seeking to be the industry's guru. I just share things, man. That's it. My whole goal is to, hey, we figured out something new. Let's share it with our members. This is kind of cool. So I just like to share things. I don't care if people follow it or not. I don't care if people are members on the website that I put the stuff locked away so it's not public and I get in trouble from carriers for saying stuff or not. I just like to share what we've come up with, and some people find value in it. It was so, it made me just gushing with gratitude and excitement when I came back from our last agent event, and all the agents that were telling us, you know, that last day that they got so much value from it. And, you know, being a member of what we've been doing over the years at the membership site has changed their business, put them on a course for success in one way or another. And if I've contributed 1% to any agent's success, that just really, really motivates the heck out of me. Any tiny little component, any one idea that we may have discovered that I shared with anybody that's made an impact on their life, even if it's a tool or a phrase or something about a company or whatever, that really makes me happy. So that's my goal, is to do more of that and to make it more relevant to where people are, to see what we can do to help in a more tangible way, to get people from starting to wildly successful and profitable in the shortest amount of time. And that's going to be my goal as we continue to move forward toward the summer of 2019, to identify where we can help agents more and pull that stuff out of our running agency and share those successes so that more people can participate in the highs of the business and avoid more of the lows in the business. When I got started, there was no one to call on and say, hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? What would you recommend in this situation? So I really love being that resource for so many people. And that's what drives me. So as we show up at the office now, it's like 6:45 in the morning. As I record this anyway. Probably play it back later. I hope you, no matter where you are, have a wonderful day. and I hope you give it your all today. Look at that, the sun is going to come out. And one thing I am sure of, I am sure as I'm sitting here driving down the road, and that is that this business works. No matter what you have to do in this business to stay in it long enough to reap the rewards, it works. I had a relative the other day say that they wanted to drive Uber Eats to try to make $200 a month because their shortfall is $200 a month. And I thought to myself, man, I wish these relatives would just listen to me, because if they want to make up $200 a month, all they have to do is sell one Medicare policy a month. One a month! They would not only make up more than $200, because they would, but they would also build recurring revenue from those. And 10 months in, they'd get paid more than $200 a month just on the ones that they've sold, even just selling one a month. So they wouldn't even have to do Uber or anything else like that. They could build today income and then build residual income by selling one policy a month. I mean, if you just talk to seniors every day, if you talk to seniors one day a week full time, you can't help but stumble on more than one sale a month. And you could make up whatever shortfall you need by the number of the people that you expose your opportunity to. And that's what I'm so excited about. You can literally dial in any level of income in this insurance business. And that's true about every part of it, whether you sell term life insurance or final expense or IULs or annuities or Medicare or anything in our industry whatsoever. You can literally dial in whatever lifestyle that you want by how hard you want to work for it. I hear agents all the time say, I just want to build a referral only business. I only want to be referred by other people. Well, the people that I know that are 100% referral only business, when their phone only rings with, new customers and everything, they busted their butt to be in a position of distinction to where they are referable. All the success in this business, every single part of it, comes from hard work, getting up early, working it late. But if you have the passion for what you're doing, either helping agents and helping clients, or helping clients or just helping agents, whatever it is your passion is about, I firmly believe that you can make it a very big success, because we're living it. We're seeing it every day. And we see it vicariously through our members as they're growing and they're hiring and they're growing and they're hiring, and their production goes up, and collectively all of our production is going up, and it's just exciting. So now it's time to go up in there, find out what the challenges are of the day, and hit them head on. I'm going to make my outline for the meeting. Y'all have a wonderful day wherever you are. Bye-bye.